I'd like for all of you to take a look at this board here. Are you able to read what is posted? I'm sure all of you are able to clearly see the text reads, "Illiteracy in America." But what if there was someone who could not read this? Now, how would you feel if it were you or perhaps a loved one? No doubt this would be a cause for concern. But what we're going to talk about today are some of the reasons people are illiterate and what we can do to educate ourselves on the subject, as well as try to combat the dilemma. So how can we determine if a person is illiterate? Well, the word illiterate is defined by Merriam-Webster as showing or marked by a lack of acquaintance with the fundamentals of a particular field of knowledge and having little or no education, especially unable to read or write. There are many cases of adult illiteracy in the United States, and according to the National Adult Literacy Survey, as many as 23% of adult Americans lack skills beyond a 4th grade level. In fact, illiteracy is more common than most realize, and recognizing signs of illiteracy is important because without the knowledge of reading and writing, many adults may be more likely to struggle with employment, low poverty levels, and in some cases, it can also burden our prisons. LiteracyPartner.org advises that in order for a person to be fully literate, they must be able to read, write, do math, and use a computer. In addition, the National Center for Education Statistics shows that the majority of people who do not finish high school have very minimal or below minimal literacy skills. Illiteracy can affect a person's ability for education, employment, or even better health options. Some people think that we can combat illiteracy if we reduce poverty levels. The New York Times' Joseph Berger wrote, "Illiterate people's lives are crippled by their inability to read and write. They also feel with anxiety and embarrassment because they can't perform some normal routines that we ourselves take for granted." The Buffalo News also reported in 2002 that 43% of adults with the lowest literacy levels live in poverty, as compared to 5% of adults with strong literacy levels. The article Illiteracy, The Downfall of American Society, published by Education Portal, tells us that the world requires that adults not only be able to read and understand basic text, but also be able to function in the workplace, pay bills, understand legal documents as well as financial documents, and navigate technology. Not to mention the advanced reading comprehension skills that are required to pursue post-secondary education and the opportunities that come with it. Drug addiction and mental illness can also be a significant factor in one's not learning to read. When a person is addicted to drugs, ambition soon leaves, and unless these individuals become clean, they may never have the necessary ambition to continue to learn. Mental illness can also affect a person's ability to learn how to read and write depending on the nature of the illness. If the mind does not function, then it cannot learn properly, and these can easily lead to adult illiteracy. However, despite all of these factors with regards to illiteracy in America, there's still so much we can do to combat it. A significant part is understanding it. We then can help to change the statistics. So what can we do to combat it? Now, of course, the basic unit of society always starts at home. Drug addicts, prison inmates, and even the mentally ill, just like ourselves, are all one's children. Parents should be extremely aware of the needs children may have, including any type of learning disabilities, as well as frustration while trying to learn something new. Continual encouragement should be given to the child to read and be creative. Likewise with adults, we should also give encouragement so that they are not ashamed. Also often we will see a cycle of events repeat themselves, and just because we as parents have certain circumstances growing up doesn't mean that we should pass this on to our children. Programs that help with illiteracy should be readily available to those who need it, and more inner-city programs should be created to help youth with their day-to-day struggles, so that if they're living in poverty or stressful situations, they can see other ways out besides crime or violence. By making ourselves alert to the signs of illiteracy, we may be able to provide help to those in need so that they can have fair chances at employment and economic opportunities. So whether it's an adult or a child, illiteracy is a widespread issue, and our part is needed to spread its awareness and help others so that they too can have an opportunity in today's society.